what's the benefit of a life food diet, and what is it all, our beloved, of course? Are we really meant to live off a ketone backup? Because it's a backup system. So the ketone pathway isn't the primary path at all, but a secondary and last resort emergency, where the use of fat and protein to break down to hydrogen, basically to get energy, or to get a north negative hydrogen, basically because sugar is a hydrogen, and that can be very scarce. It's a sign, really, of cellular dehydration where that goes on, because it's not getting hydrated. So flesh and bean and fat metabolism, shouldn't it be that you look into this work? It's not a natural fuel, and life really gives you a signal of crisis instead. So life food really, which you'd learn about, returns all of us to more a primary path, and it's a proper one, a hydrogen en route from carbohydrate and sugar, carries light and into the corpuscle and a charge to every nerve. So life food is really north negative rich, and hydrogen really comes from this. And so this is what restores hydration to metabolism so that you have light. And glucose really isn't the enemy. It's the breath more of a cell, which basically is broken down into hydrogen. And the body is meant to have this. So your red blood corpuscle, which isn't a cell at all, because it doesn't have any DNA in it, it's really designed to carry all the spare north negative and south positive and adenosine triphosphate energy within itself. And glycogen really is a store where that fills the liver and muscle, and it's not ketone combustion at all. Okay? Right. So what's magnetic, where transmission is? Your life food really renews the body plasma, and it clears away the acid and dissolves all the residue that could have been left behind from another diet, and it restores ever more the flow. So you should tune into this podcast that we've got coming up. It's a really good one. You're living on perhaps dead food, enzyme resistant, and a skeletonized calorie. And what's the force where the body is of that acid backup? You're drying out all the lymph and burning all the energy to smoke, basic. It's life food that really brings this all back, and you can clear the fire away where things are. And hydration is really what you're supposed to have, oxygenation, and this is what recharges everything. So your double spore restores the life colloid, and blood-brain barrier isn't breached by mold, fungus, and yeast. And the blood corpuscle really dances free again. So, and what the benefit is, my goodness. Okay? So you're living through more where energy is, more your creation, and it's really not this survival backup that is what our show's about. Anyway, tune in. It's a really great podcast.